That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, broadcasting live from the heart of the earth. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast. Oh, the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tommy C. The Shop Point. It's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Vaults Behind the Glass. Hail Satan.
Hail fucking Satan, Tom.
We got in this. Dave and I have been studying the ways of the Dark Lord. And, we've decided that he's onto something.
Destruction's at hand, Tommy. Hail Satan.
Did you ever read that book? Like any part of it?
No, but I was so happy when I saw this incredibly clickbaity title because it gave me a perfect opportunity to not only tell a classic Dead on Dave story, but one of our own buddies, Jake Link, is the reason for this story.
Really?
Yes, Jake Link, former Shot from the Point member and former co-host over at Dead on Dave as well, Nerd and the Jerk.
That's true.
He brought me two guests many years ago, Dave and Heather Harris, and they are high-ranking
priestesses
in
or
the Church of Satan's. In the Church.
Why
of
don't
Satan.
I seem to remember this? I wasn't involved in this?
No, but you know what made it even better? They were also pornographic cinematographers. It was
cinematographers.
Pornographic.
You have to go to school to take a dick. Like. All right, spread your legs. Let me get the shot.
2-shot, come. 3-shot, come. Yeah.
I think I could do that without any training.
I think so. I think I need filter. You don't need a wide angle lens.
I think I could pull that off. I know. Maybe just a little arrogant. I overestimate my abilities.
I think I speak for the whole fucking chat, and dare I say the internet, don't do porn.
Don't do porn? Why not?
Don't do porn.
Do porn if you want to do porn.
I shouldn't have
if you're over 18.
You don't do porn specifically. You.
I would have done porn when I was good looking.
I would have.
It's fucking weird.
I would have laid it down. No, fuck that. I would have laid it down. Pipe laying, Dave. Come on.
Would you really want to see yourself fucking chick? That was weird.
Why not? If I can lay it down, I wouldn't do it if I was a polar bear with a hiccup.
No.
But fuck it. Come on.
Tommy about to make no fucking way. I don't know.
All the Ralph 16.
I didn't like taking my shirt off when I was skinny in the pool.
You've always been self-conscious about that?
I think it's a Catholic upbringing. I don't know.
Really? I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care at all. I was like, I'll get naked in the pool.
Well, you grew up in the ghetto over there. Everybody's running around.
South side of Chicago, baby.
Everybody's running around
above ground pools.
Dicks hanging out and pool and.
Essentially. Then I moved to Vegas, and that shit stopped.
Yeah. Well, they're very conservative in Vegas. Yeah, fellow Prescott. Nah, I wouldn't have done that then. I'm not even a big porn guy in general. I'm pretty liberal. I think it all should be legal, but maybe not Cuties.
You don't watch a lot of it.
Maybe not Cuties. Maybe that shouldn't be.
Oh God.
I think that's going to my guess is Supreme Court there.
I think it has to. Because is this any worse than Kids? You remember Kids, Tom.
I thought of Kids the other day, but I think they were all 18, but they all looked about 15.
No, they were all 30. Well, no, remember the director was like 16 or 15 when he made the movie. He was an actual kid. That was part of the whole lore. Remember, he went on Letterman
I thought that
4 times, and they were all legendary.
I guess it wasn't that weird. It wasn't weird for me because I was as old as the actors. I was the same age as the actors.
Yeah, I was too. When
Casper, the dopest ghost, died of like a heroin overdose. One of them is dead, and the other one went on to do the what's that cop show in Baltimore? The Wire. He was the other guy played the guy that was running around bagging all the girls. The Wire. I didn't see it that way. I thought they were all. I don't think so.
I think they were.
Hold on, let me check. Let me check.
I think he was 16.
IMDb.
When he made the movie. because he was a kid when he went on Letterman.
You know, but I think the thing is, they're teenagers, and we've seen teenage sex in like Friday the 13th. These girls are prepubescent. That's the fucking problem.
They were shown as 13 and 12-year-olds in the movie Kids. That's what made it so fucked up. 12, 13.
Yeah. But they were like 16, 17. I think they were older than me.
2 of them, 3 of them were. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let's check the dates because that movie came out in 95.
Something like that.
Larry Clark. No, Larry Clark isn't a fucking 17-year-old. He's an old fucking fart. I know where Larry Clark is.
How old is he now?
He's older than my dad. He's
because he was the kid 70, when he went on 70 fucking the first time.
He's 77 years old, Larry Clark.
He's not.
So he was a boomer. Well, he's not even a boomer. He's before a boomer. Let me check. Leo Fitzpatrick, Tully, right? I think he's the same age as me. 1978 from South Orange, New Jersey. So he would have been. I was 18 when that came out.
No, the writer. I'm sorry, Harmony Korine is the writer. Oh,
okay, sure, okay.
The one who went on fucking Letterman.
Yeah, Leo Fitzpatrick was born in 78, so he was 16 when he did.
He directed it. I'm not talking about the director. I'm sorry.
Because we were all just out of high school when that came out.
Responsible for the story. The guy responsible.
Yeah, okay.
That's Harmony Korine. He's 47.
Let's check there. Sarah Henderson. She was the girl that got AIDS, I think.
Yeah.
They don't even have a birth date for her. It was the only movie she was ever in, or she's dead.
Harmony Korine's 47 now. He was born in 73. So
he's a little math. Okay, so he would have been about 73. He'd been he's born in 73. I was 18. You've been 20.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
20. So he was a little bit older.
Yeah, so he was a little bit older, yeah. Okay. And by the way, growing up outside of New York City, people were having sex at I lost my virginity at 14. It wasn't like 15, I don't think this compares. I don't think because there was cutaway scenes. They cut away.
True.
These girls are running their hands over. One of them put a used condom in their mouth. Nothing like that was in Kids.
Some ugly shit.
Yeah.
There was the rape stuff and all the.
Yeah, but the rape can be simulated. The rape can be simulated. You don't have to. That's the difference. Nobody got raped in Kids.
Nobody got raped in this show either.
But the kids got exploited. The kids got exploited. At least they were like actors and teenagers. These are prepubescent girls.
It's totally fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
The French director who's trying to goddamn justify it is saying because these things really happen, shouldn't we be able to draw awareness to it? I think you can do it without actually.
I think you do it without exploiting kids.
You don't do it with the actual 11-year-old.
Sure.
That's the issue here. If they do it with the actors who are a little bit older, that happens all the time. Then
it's Casper the Dopest Ghost was 20. Or 19 or 20 when that came out.
So they were
he was an adult. Well, I don't know about the girl. He died 5 years later in 2000 when he's 25 years old. He was a year older than me. So they were all around, McLovin he had to have his mother on sex during his sex. What movie was that?
That was Superbad?
That's Superbad, yeah.
Superbad. No, nobody's actually naked or anything, but his mother had to be on set for that. I think this is light years different than Kids now that I'm thinking about it. I think it's very, very different. The first thing I thought about
is I remember the controversy. I remember how up in arms everyone was over
the movie. I remember that too. Yeah. But I was all their age, so I thought, fuck off. I was the same age as the kids,
The fervor, it's what reminded me of. The situation is different because of the kids involved being of the age, obviously. But
you know what the best scene in that movie is? I actually recommend watching Kids. It's a fucking good movie.
I don't.
I do. There's the best scene in that movie is when they all have their skateboards and they're in the subway. And I swear to God, I've been in this position before when I've been in Manhattan, right? And there's this homeless guy. And he's going, I have no legs. I have no legs. And he wasn't kidding. He's singing, and he has no legs. We did that for the next. That movie came out my senior year, so we were running around school. I have no legs. But it was so it was so New York. It was so on the money.
The two times I've been there, I've seen shit like that.
Yeah, I know. It's that's so on the money.
I saw an asshole like that on a train. I was like, holy shit, it's real.
I guess I just don't have a problem with it if they're, of age. We have precedent. But these girls are prepubescent. And I heard the message of the film is actually, from Ben Shapiro at least, is very conservative. It's the idea is we have this extremely oppressive anti-woman religion that's accepted in France. And we have another side of France that is, for lack of a better word, I don't like saying this word, but I'm going to quote Shapiro, hedonistic, that the sex culture is spilling down to the prepubescent via the internet because the internet's raising your kids. I think that's a fine message. You just don't have to, you don't have to put a condom in an 11-year-old girl's mouth to do that.
You could draw a line,
I think, honestly, I'll even go this far. This will probably be controversial. I don't think the woman that made this movie is from Senegal, right? And she noticed this herself growing up, and I guess she's in her 20s or early 30s, something like that. I don't think this was, I'm going to make a pedophile movie and I'll cover it with the ex. I don't believe that. I think she was sincere. The problem is what she did was wrong and potentially illegal.
Putting the kids in that
position. And here's the thing, from what I understand, I didn't do it very well because I was just trying to make them freak out with Digibro. It's the depiction. It doesn't have to be hardcore porn. It's depicting kids in that situation. That is the crime. Now, no one's ever went to jail for that. But I tell you something. If they find that that's kiddie porn in the Supreme Court, that's the end of Lolly. Goodbye.
I've got a question. Because I'm wondering something, because I got to feel like something like this have had to go on the Supreme Court in some way because of what about all the fucking toddlers and tiaras and all the goddamn shows that exploit these little kids in these fucking pageants, man.
I don't think they've ever went. I don't think they ever went, or they're protected. The thing that interests me is Lolly, because I think Lolly's illegal. I personally believe under law Lolly's illegal. And it's a depiction. So I personally believe that. So if this is illegal, Lolly has to be illegal. Has to be.
I mean, a lot of things I think will end up being caught in. Because I don't understand. See, for me, when I see these 6-7-year-old girls on fucking stage doing the pageantry and they're dancing in swimsuits and shit, I see no difference.
But are they rubbing their hands on their crotch?
Well, they're dancing.
Are they humping the ground?
I mean, that was an extreme fucking reaction. Don't get me wrong. That's an extreme. This movie is extreme to the umpteenth.
And her excuse was, if you ever really want to believe it, I think Shapiro had the most nuanced take of the whole thing. The far lefties are running around saying, this is about women's empowerment and their sexuality. No, it's not. No. It's about exploitation of girls, or at least that's what it tried to be. And the right wing is saying it doesn't matter what they were trying to do. That's child porn. So there probably is some sort of medium there, but I don't know if this film's not. I don't know if this film isn't criminal under American law. I don't know that. I wonder if it is. I actually wonder if it is. What's that? Might have to be. And I think that's what Netflix is doing. They want to go to court. The worst part is, if Netflix wins, that's gonna, open the floodgates for movies that aren't about child exploitation, that are just about that's the scary thing.
This is a slippery slope that I think.
I can't believe me and Nick were talking about it. How did somebody, all the kids that tried out for that, the parents should be beaten to death with spikes. Everybody that filmed it, everybody that was on set, how come everybody, whoa, what are we doing? Nobody. What are we doing?
Wait a minute, let's take the condom out of the 11-year-old's mouth.
Yeah, maybe we could maybe we can reference this in some way.
Maybe just open the wrapper.
I don't care. A spoiler alert, you pedos. I'm gonna tell you what happens near the end of the film. There's a scene where they actually start doing this act on stage, and it looks like you said, like a swimsuit patsy, and it progressively gets more sexual, and the crowd progressively gets angrier, and the black girl runs off stage, and it just dawns on her, this isn't about dance. They're exploiting me. And then the next scene, you supposedly see her sort of like a scene in the Untertalk when the kid's riding away with a bicycle, trying to represent Germany. The girl's jumping rope, trying to sort of get her purity back. Reestablish purity back. I mean, that itself, I don't think it's a horrible message to say, we can't have these two things in our society. They can't both be acceptable in France. I think it's a reasonable thing to say. And again, I don't believe she went out to make a pedo flick. At least her intention was. I think she went out to shock you, to wake you up to what's going on in Islam and what's going on in the internet, which is fine. But you can't exploit. Literally, the question is, was it right for her to do? I'm saying no. I think it's a crime. That's what I think. It's a fucking crime.
Definitely one of crime is going to be another.
It's going to be up to the courts, but I can say that I think it's a crime.
Sure, you can.
Yeah,
absolutely, because we don't know that it's not at this point.
Yeah,
like that's the reality. The fight has not been fought. We don't know that it's not.
Netflix shows their hill to die on. Yeah, I mean, I just can't get behind. First of all, child porn is not protected by the First Amendment at all. Okay, so I don't know if this is the hill to die on, and I don't know if this movie couldn't have been made and send that message with cutting. They could have cut away from the girls dancing and just show the crowd getting fucking outraged. Well, and then the girls would have never had to do that, but it would have been implied that they did. Right. You know?
The artist feels like they have to put it in, and that's the problem. And, it's funny. You said all the people who filmed it and was a part of it, they're kind of complicit here as well.
Yeah, I think so.
What about all of the awards that they won leading up to the release? There were people who screened this, previewed it, watched it, gave it awards. They won a lot of fucking awards.
Somebody tell me, is this acceptable in Europe now? I'll tell you this, Trix. Nobody seems to give a shit.
Nobody seems to give a shit.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about. Look, I was here in my prime as a single man. All right, and there are looser attitudes on sex. Some of which I actually think are healthy because I think Americans are. That's what I used to hear. Americans are prude, or Americans are prudes. Even American soldiers, they're pure. All the German girls thought the American soldiers were prude. The most oversexed group of people I've ever met in my life were prudes.
Right. You come over here, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Do that?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So yeah. So I think some of the things, like, it doesn't. If you're a girl and you're in your 20s and you want to go out, have some drinks and have sex, you're not a horrible, dirty slut. I like that.
No scarlet letter. Yeah.
No, there's no scarlet letter over here. And I think that's fucking fair. Right? I mean, look, it still goes on. Girls are it's still not even. Never will be. Right. But at least, you don't get a scarlet letter. And girls aren't going, I sucked that guy's dick last. It doesn't happen like that.
No.
But nobody... No, like if you're as long as you're of age and you're going out partying, the idea, like, because your parents, or at least the ones my age, they're from the 60s. So my wife's parents are from the 70s and 60s. They all did that. They're not going to shame you out of it. Just don't get fucking knocked up and don't do anything stupid.
Right.
But
now we have this counterculture that's kind of sweeping in that we're seeing that's just going the opposite way now.
Well, the English are prudes. The English are prudes by American standards.
Oh,
yeah. They're awful. But
I've heard behind closed doors, though, baby.
Yeah.
Woo!
I don't know. I don't get along with English broads. I don't even find them all that sexy.
Princess Di, bro. Princess Di.
She wasn't sexy at all. No. She looked like a lesbian. She's like a butch lesbian.
Lesbians are not sexy.
No, short-haired broads aren't sexy. Sorry. I mean, maybe a few, I suppose. I guess.
What's the phone number that they can reach you at, Tommy, if they want to complain about anything that you're saying on the show today?
It's in the description box below.
Taking your
No,
call.
I'm sorry. I can think girls with short hair aren't sexy. I'm sorry.
Absolutely can.
What like why like I woke up next to a girl with short hair. And I literally and I didn't remember how I got there. And I saw the bed. Ah!
I love the yes. You woke up next to a fucking man or something. It was like you scared the shit out of me
worse.
so badly.
I thought it was a dude. I thought it was like a teenage kid. Like, what the fuck? I jumped out of bed. She turns over. I was like, oh my god, she has tits. And they're not bad either.
Oh my god, I'm gay. Oh wait, she's got tits.
Yeah, she got tits. That was it. Because I did not remember. I literally. Do you ever lay awake? And I was laying awake at some place that I'd never been before, and it didn't dawn on me that I'd never been awake. But slowly you're coming out of this incredible drunken stupor, right? And it happened here in Wiesbaden, by the way.
Not a shock. Not really big.
Like, what? Oh, thank God.
Oh, my God. Yeah, thank Christ. Yeah, shit. Oh, my God.
I had no idea. That was the only time in my life I had no idea how I got in bed with this woman.
Jesus Christ. That's a story you need to fucking suss out one day. Retrace.
I didn't last long. I don't think she's too. Woman. I don't think she was too happy waking up next to me either.
What year was this? Was this after you got fat or before?
It was 2005.
Yeah, you were still okay back then, right? I think.
What?
You were okay back then.
You are. Just had a basic training.
Right, yeah, you were still in shape.
Like, what? Short blonde hair? Jesus Christ.
I like short hair.
Look, if that's your bag, it's just not for me. That's all. Yeah,
I guess because I've always found myself incredibly ugly.
I'll be perfectly honest with you.
I don't
her body,
anything, you know?
her body and her looks and everything else, out of my league.
Oh, really?
Totally out of my league. But the hair is just like, scared the fuck out of me.
That's amazing. So someone 99% out of your league, but yet that 1% hair fucked it up. You can't do it.
It's just short hair. Maybe she put a wig on that night. I don't fucking know.
Yes, that's right. She catfished you.
Yeah.
She had a long flowing wig and then she took it off and trapped you. Jamie Lee Curtis style, Trading Places. She was sexy with short hair in that movie.
No,
fuck you.
I don't think. First of all, she's a man. A lot of people know that. She's a
Jamie Lee Curtis with her big fucking titties? Are you out of your mind?
No, she's a hermaphrodite.
She's not a hermaphrodite.
Yes, she is. You never heard the rumors about that? Jamie Lee Curtis is a
Richard Gere's got a gerbil up his ass right now.
Jamie Lee Curtis is a hermaphrodite. That's why she's so tall. That's why she has some masculine views. And that's why she has tits, because she's half and half. Yeah, she is. Go look it up.
I love Jamie.
Go look it up.
I've never heard that in my life.
There's tons of channels. No, she's not a trap. She's a hermaphrodite. Go look it up. Go on. I dare you right now. Jamie Lee Curtis.
I'm not sucking the dick. I'll just fuck the pussy.
Hermaphrodite. They cut it off.
I'm not sucking the dick.
They cut it off.
You need to stop. You know what? You cannot do this to Jamie Lee.
She's never had children.
Did she never have kids?
No, not birthed herself.
Oh shit. Well, that doesn't mean anything. She's had a very successful career. Maybe she just didn't have time.
Yes. Or maybe she can't make babies because she's a hermaphrodite.
She's not a fucking hermaphrodite. Jesus, Jamie Lee. Come on, she was gorgeous in Trading Places.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, you like sexy Jamie Lee Curtis? I'm 6'2".
Johnny Bench Fingers. Jesus Christ. I can't deal with your attacks on Jamie Lee Curtis. It's.
I'm a sexy tall bitch. No, they didn't cut my.
Maybe. Are you thinking of Sigourney Weaver? Because that's a mannish looking woman.
She is mannish looking. I never found her attractive. Just badass.
Gina Davis is.
You know what? Sigourney Weaver, and you know what? I'm one of the few guys on earth that can be turned on by talent. Sigourney Weaver turns me on because she's ridiculously talented.
She is talented.
She's ridiculously talented. Like, that turns me. Like, that scene in Gorillas in the Mist when she yells at that black kid. You ever see that? Yeah. And she's scared. The big white witch is going to come and eat your parents. You know? And he's like, ah! That was a great scene.
She's the only bright spot in that fucking terrible movie, The Village. Every time she comes back, there's always something good about her. You know, I fucking...
Oh, Village. She's always good. She's great in Alien. She's good in everything. She's good in Ghostbusters. But that was the one problem I had with Ghostbusters. I couldn't buy that Peter that was that attracted to her because I never found her that attractive. But
he really was.
But you know what? Whenever I see her interviewed, and she talks about her work, or I watch a movie, I'm like, then I get attracted to her. Is that weird?
But maybe that's what Peter Venkman, who was, remember, a scientist, although a hotshot.
Oh, and that's true. She was a musician. She's a musician, professional, top quality, like Juilliard. You know,
symphony type.
Yeah, symphony, like a Juilliard type. You know, hanging around in those circles. Yeah, that's kind of sexy. When you're that gifted, it's sexy. To me, anyway. Yeah. I know.
It helps. It certainly helps.
I'll tell you, well, what's her name's never been sexy, but talented women are my only turn on, so you're not the only one. Okay. I'm trying to think. Who is not traditionally attractive, but I find sexy?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I just answered, I guess, with Jamie Lee Curtis, because apparently she's a fucking man.
Well, no, she's not. She's a hermaphrodite.
She's not a hermaphrodite.
She's a penis. Well, she had a penis. They took it off, so nobody noticed.
Had a penis.
Yeah.
I'd still have sex with the woman part.
Really? If you knew she was a hermaphrodite, let's dive into this.
Post-op, the penis is gone. I'd be okay.
Come on.
I'd fuck Betty White too.
Ew.
Right
Ew.
Yeah.
She's still alive?
Yeah. Yeah, still alive. She can get it. Why not? I'll give her one more orgasm. One final.
Listen, you ever hear this? Am I they just warp into another century? How disgusting is this show? Really is Satanism.
Disgusting. You should not have to blow the dust off pussy before you fuck it. but I do it for better.
Somebody's writing Gila in the chat. I will say this about Gila, all right? I don't think she's traditionally attractive, but the stand by your man shit I find very attractive.
The pictures of her when she was in the military, I thought she
wasn't bad looking. She had a bad body. She's just not sexy. There's nothing sexy about Gila. But she's like a good girl. You know what I mean? And that's kind of a turn on.
Do that voice impression real quick. Let me find out. Let me see. Do anything for me?
Dave, I want you to give me the high hard one, Dave. I'm going to open my big hairy bush real wide. Fuck it good, Dave. Go. How do you think? How do you feel?
I can do that. I think I'm going in. I think I'm going in. Ethan, fucking make this happen. You know what really sold me? The big hairy bush. I gotta fucking see this big Jewish hairy bush.
Like, remember when I went to the hospital over here because I told the doctor that I was gonna kill him, and it was the same. It was the same week that the guy in Fort Hood shot everybody. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And then they had to put a guard at my. They had to put a guard soldier on me in in Ramstein when I had my operation. Remember that? Well, there was this there's this black girl there, and for some reason she was really going out of her way to like take care of me, you know. And I kind of got used to her. I did not find her attractive. She was overweight. Okay, I didn't find her attractive at all. But the more I spoke to her, I actually started kind of getting attracted to her. Because she started telling me interesting things, like she was like a world champion Rubik's Cube thing, and then she was going to school. She was going to college because she was going to She already got accepted to med school, you know. And then I started realizing this person, like she had it over me like a tent, you know. Yeah. This is really smart. And by the time, like I spent like a week with, because I was in the hospital like 2 weeks, right?
You were there for a minute, yeah.
I started kind of like missing her. I was married at the time, which is the worst thing. And my wife is way hotter than her. But I think she noticed and she never came back.
You creeped her out.
I think I did. Like, well, she was the one coming on to me and telling me all these great stories and how great her life was and how smart she was. And I kind of got turned on. You know, I started asking for her. Well, when Sharon coming back? I was like, no, she didn't come back. She switched her shifts.
You got her to switch her fucking shift.
She wanted some Irish in her.
No, apparently not. Apparently not. Holy shit.
She wanted to make She wanted to make a Jerome O'Callahan.
He'd be the luckiest basketball player ever. It'd be great.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I found that attractive. So, like, I wasn't attracted, but I got attracted. That does happen.
You got talked into it.
Yeah, I kind of got talked into it. She is med school. I started realizing how fucking smart she was. Yeah. You know, at first, I thought she was in there to see if I was gonna fucking kill somebody. You know, if maybe that was what it was, and then we started talking, and she probably went back. He's not gonna kill anybody. He's a dipshit. He's fucking stupid. And then Then I was like, where is she?
Where'd she go?
Where'd she go? Why? She switched her shifts. But she was going to tell me about the Rubik's Cube Championship.
Oh, man. That's terrible. That's fucking awesome. You drove this woman.
I got my feelings hurt.
Change her shift.
That was the first that, like, my wife wasn't being very supportive when I was potentially going to go to Leavenworth. And I think that had something to do with it, too.
You were going through a few things. I think that's...
Yeah, it was. I didn't realize at the time. I thought everything was normal.
No. Yeah. It turned out to not be normal whatsoever.
There's another thing I can't even talk about that you know about. The doctor with their... The doc. I apparently pissed another doctor off over at Rammstein, and they...
tend to do that, Tommy. I mean,
yeah,
anyone who has authority over you for
should
too long,
I say this in public?
Piss them off.
Should I say this in public?
I don't know if you should.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
I would run it by the rest of the team.
The diagnosis thing?
No,
I don't
run it by them first. Run it by them first. I'm not gonna do it. They got the finger on the pulse better than I do.
Yeah. No,
don't trust me for things like that.
It was interesting.
But going back to what you're saying, it makes a lot of sense though with how you're attracted because Andy's really smart too.
Yeah. Well, all of my long-term relationships, except my ex-wife,
Yeah, I was gonna say it was Kathy.
They were all the Italian girl I dated, she was kind of a big shot, and she's an art history major, but she's a pretty smart girl. I don't know why she could have been a doctor, but she went art history because she was
fucking your way upwards. I'm noticing.
They don't always have more money than my family. It's
don't have that. Doesn't have
yeah. But I like my high school girlfriend was top 10 in her class when she graduated.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't, and I think I can't deal with. Oh my God, my cousin had a baby.
No.
I got to be able to kind of like. I kind of be able to. I gotta be able to understand you. Or you understand me, like meanings, concepts.
Context.
All right. I don't necessarily have to have you because Andy barely talks, but she understands everything I'm saying.
Right. She
So
communicates.
Yes,
that's important.
Communication is really important.
Because you can only talk about how cute that dog is so many fucking times before you want to strangle it.
I don't know.
I mean, I totally understand.
There's a lot of mind-numbing fucking broads out there.
There's a lot of
that have nothing to say, but for some reason they want to be listened to. There are a lot of broads out there that have absolutely nothing to say. They think, and the worst part is, they think they do. And I notice, just no. So I would go down and look. That's why I never really chased after the that whole dream of getting the unattainable girl looked like more of a pain in the ass than it's worth. Because at the end of the day, you get a nice piece of ass, but you got to listen to her, and she's probably gonna fuck you over, fuck your best friend anyway. Who needs that?
Amazing song. If you marry a fucking ugly girl if you want to be happy type of song. What was that fucking?
If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife. From my personal point of view, get an ugly girl to marry you. I seen your wife yesterday. Yeah, she's ugly. Yeah, but she sure can't cook. Guess who did that?
That's a great song.
The Four Seasons.
The Four Seasons did.
New Jersey's own. What's his face is in The Sopranos, and I didn't realize that. You know that?
Who?
Frankie Valli. He wrote that song.
Yeah.
I think he wrote that. I think he wrote that song.
Yeah, I think he did.
There was a goof song. Frankie Valli's great.
It was total fucking goof song.
I don't like the Jersey Boys Frankie Valli. I like 70s Frankie Valli.
I like Jersey Boys Frankie Valli. I like.
Do you know he had to make those records so he could bail his buddy out because he's in the mob? I like those records better.
He's got great stories.
He's so good. Frankie and he was a mob captain in The Sopranos. He was a mob captain in The Sopranos.
He did everything. This guy went from fucking beach fucking movies, super musician, fucking musicals in the goddamn 70s.
He's great. He's still performing. He's like 80-something years old.
Goddamn day.
He's awesome. I like Frankie. I like the 70s stuff better. I'm like that with the Beatles too. I like the later stuff. I don't like the early stuff. I can't connect with it.
Yeah, no, I'm with that. It was very boy bandish, the 80s, the early stuff, the early 60s stuff.
If you want to call in, feel free. You've got something to fucking say. If not, get out of here. Me and Dave are on a roll.
Right.
Man, be stanky on the air. Phones are open, by the way.
Yeah, what were you saying earlier? Definitely, a lot of people my age are like, it seems like they always try to go for the popular girls or the higher girls.
That's not your age. That's age old. It's the human race, bro. Thank you, Riveter. No,
I just think it's funny.
Here's something you kids got to understand. Nothing has changed as far as the attainment of the opposite sex. The styles change, some cultural things change, but the game has always been the same. I used to think that too.
Always.
You know, my history teacher put that in perspective. And there's always he's like every generation that comes in here, and he had been there since the late 60s, right? And he was just about to retire in the 90s. And he said every group of we're so fucking sexually ahead of our parents. No, you weren't. The Greeks would have fucking orgies in public. You got nothing on them. You know? He's kind of right. You guys are prudes compared to them. You know, and yeah. So no, that has culture changes. That whole thing with the chasing the top girl. That's caveman old dude.
I just want someone normal.
Why do you think you're special? Why do you think your generation is special? Every generation thinks they're special. Why do you think that?
I don't know. I don't really think we're that special.
No, I know you're not that special. Nobody is. Nobody's special. You're not that different either. The only thing is terribly I see things with your generation that I don't see with mine. But there was aspects of it in my generation, and I think aspects of it just got bigger. You can't do that, and I'm supposed to have that. Now, every youth group has that. Like, everybody has a sense, kids have a sense of entitlement. Why wouldn't they? They've been fed for the past fucking 15 years and clothed and housed. There is going to be a certain amount of understandable entitlement in this transition to adulthood. The one that really gets me is you can't do that or you won't do that. Ask the guys that guy Kyle Rittenhouse shot. That's what was going on there. They weren't trying. You ain't gonna shoot me. How the fuck do you hit a fucking skateboard with a guy that has an AR-15?
Because you don't believe it's gonna happen.
Because you don't exactly. That's what your generation has that I don't get. And it's not even that
what it is, Tommy?
Past generations didn't have that. There's just more of you.
Win till you lose mentality. They all fucking have
see that.
They'll continue. They'll go right off the cliff.
Yeah, like what you just called in with, we're different. That's understandable. You don't have any perspective. You can't look back 20 years. Me and Dave can. Right. We have no. That's normal. That's a normal adolescent view, right? What's not normal is when you're 25 and you're emotionally 14. Right. And there's a lot of guys your age that aren't going to be any different 10 years from now. No. Nothing's going to change, and that's what's spooky.
Sadly, I think that's really started strongly in my generation.
I think mine too. I don't even think it was yours. I think it was mine. Like, guys who were in the 70s.
Right,
because I was born in the beginning of it. The what do they call it? The what do they call it? Movement. The what the fuck? It was. They had a name for it. When you feel good about yourself, what do you call that? Self-esteem movement. I'm the first generation. Kids in the 70s, Dr. Spock. The self-esteem movement. Yeah. The problem is the self-esteem movement didn't work, and it actually made things worse. And not only that, even though it hasn't worked, people still practice it in greater numbers than they did before. I really think
it could be a reason why everyone's in fucking therapy. Yeah. Everybody's in fucking therapy.
What?
I always thought that since my generation and the next generation, grew up with the internet and was more connected, that what's made us kind of different. If I can explain that right?
No, you haven't explained anything. You haven't explained anything.
The internet.
What he's saying is what Dave Chappelle said. Basically, because we have technology that can give us infinite information all the fucking time.
That's true.
It's overloaded us to the point because you can't possibly care about anything when you have to care about everything.
Here's the thing. I'll do this. Maybe you guys are right about that. But we're going to have to wait 20 years from now to look back to see what the actual result was. So I've learned from my stupid perspective, the whole world revolves around me in New Jersey. I've grown out of that. So I don't think we can get the full view of this until 10 years. But yeah, social media is definitely the major change.
We've never been able to communicate.
And strangely enough, that's one of the messages in Cuties. From what Ben Shapiro says.
It all plays into it.
Yeah.
The accessibility to these technological
The internet can't be
things
raising your kids.
people-
Like when I was a kid, I did notice this around 1989. Everybody's VCR, Little Mermaid.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, Little Mermaid's babysitting your fucking kids. Now all those people are in their 30s, well into their 30s, and now it's the internet and it's a lot more imagery. It's a lot more, a lot faster. I also wonder, I find the generation beneath me a little puritanical, I wonder if that's because of porn. The accent, like when I was a kid, you had to steal Dad's magazine. You had to steal Dad's magazine or something to look at, hardcore sex.
Right.
Are you watching criminal psychologist stuff again, Tommy? What do you mean? It's the porn.
No.
The porn, the degradation of humanity.
No. I wasn't saying degradation, but maybe it's killed the libido I mean, we are seeing left people getting married. Maybe it's just not the magic.
Same concept.
I'm just saying. I don't have a problem with porn. The magic ain't there. The mystery's not there.
It's the same concept. When you have accessibility to everything, whenever you want it, you start getting bored by it, looking for more extreme shit, or you start fucking just taking it for granted, like we do with knowledge, because it's so easily attainable.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about the Little Mermaid thing, like my fucking 9-year-old brother has a fucking PC, like a big game computer, and he just sits on it all day, like connected to the internet. Like I don't know what the fuck he does.
Yeah, we turned that shit off after a while.
Go ask him. Yeah, why don't you go ask him?
Okay, God, that kid. If it was up to me, I'd fucking take it from him.
Spill some fucking juice on it, accidentally, of course.
Right.
I did turn off the replayability. Good. Yeah, I'd stay it off. I don't like that. You have to watch the podcast from the beginning. You got to be here on time or watch podcast from the beginning. All right, get out of here, guy.
All right, have a good day.
You too.
Oh, you know you're going to hear shit like that. You're asking other people to be on time? Oh, boy. You just asked for it,
fucking
buddy.
2 minutes late every day. It's not even late. It's not even late in the business world.
In the Army world, you know better.
Yeah, well, the Army world, I would have started the fucking thing 10 minutes early.
20 minutes?
Off.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
It's not what we're doing here. Jesus. I don't know.
Oh, my God. We got more callers? Who else we got?
You want to take more callers? I hope they're as interesting as that guy. They're not that as that guy wasn't interesting. He just brought up an interesting topic. Thank you.
He really just brought us to a really good area, yeah.
Bilbo Baggins, you're on the air.
Hello. Since you converted today, I was wondering what are your opinions on religion, and if you think it's gonna stay for a while, or if it's gonna disappear after some years.
Do I think religion's? I have an opinion. Do I give the real opinion, or do I give my? Of course, it's gonna, because we're Satanists.
How much do you like your channel? That's the question.
Hail Satan. Religion will always be around. It's part of the human condition.
Hail Satan.
Religion will always be around. Organized religion will always be around. Worshipping spiritual things, ungodly things, paranormal things will be on. Even if religion, look, it survived the Soviet Union. There's still plenty of religious people that it was just about outright banned. Religion will survive it, and there's a simple fucking reason for that. And I actually learned it. I'm not even kidding you. It's not a joke. It's not about the title. I learned it from Anton LaVey.
Full circle.
I'm not joking. Do you see me laughing?
You're good at your job. You're good.
No. Yeah, I told this guy to call in. There will always be religion.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying that's a good ability to be able to come full circle.
I heard a story. I think I've told you this story before. There was a story where Anton LaVey, I guess, was being questioned about something with the Church of Satan, and I guess he wasn't in the mood to be in character. Because he was like, will you stop with all this bullshit? You know?
Why are you,
and he says, what do you mean it's bullshit? Guys. And he supposedly said to the reporter, this is like just before he died,
that's
supposedly.
A lot of money, I guess.
I have to ask John Freeman, Music Talk, Aliens, YouTuber Makai Curtis is going after your kids. Yeah, sure. I looked that guy up. He's in Comicsgate. He has nothing to do with me. Blow yourself.
Blow yourself. There you go.
Yeah. I go, this guy's been writing and send me money. Makai Curtis is some jackass in Comicsgate. I don't fucking know. I'm sure he doesn't know who the fuck I am. So anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? So he basically said, it's a bunch of bullshit. He says, so the Church of Satan is bullshit. He goes, all religion. Because I'm an atheist. And the guy goes, whoa, you're an atheist. So what's with the church and the black mass and doing these stupid things? And he made the correct response and the reason why religion will always be here and why it's a futile case to discourage people from it. Because people need ritual, and that is a part of the human condition every bit as much as sex is, and being loved by your mother or your parent. Ritual is a part of the human condition. The void might not be filled with traditional religion. That would be the most common way it'd be filled, but it can be filled with sports. It can be filled with YouTubing. It can be filled with all sorts of fucking things. Ritual will be fulfilled. even atheists get together in the little fucking meetings and talk about how great the world would be if everybody was an atheist, which is pretty much what Christians do. You know, so it will be, there's no way to fight it. It is futile. That doesn't mean don't be an atheist. That means that there is a part of the human condition, this is what I believe, and that's what Anton LaVey believes, Satan, Heidi Luhrmaster. This will be this is a need. It's like, it's almost like it's not sexual, but it's like sex. People need that. People need relationships. People need that to be normal, to be whole. And I think people need religion too.
Right.
It might not take the form of the Catholic Church, but it will be fulfilled one way or another.
Right, because as long as there are answers that people cannot get actual answers to rationally, there's.
I think the idea, and I'm an atheist, I think the idea that if the whole world just woke up and rejected organized religion, that there'd be a better place is fucking comical as Christ coming back. That is just as comical to me. There is so many. There are so many things that could go wrong in that scenario. That is just, when I hear people say that, and I've only heard a few, because I don't think most atheists believe that. Just the nut jobs do. Like, the more people hear people say it, that is as comical as Christ coming back on Judgment Night. The idea that if religion is let go, society will become better. We don't know what'll happen if something like that happens. It could get a lot worse. And where there has been atheistic societies, the closest example would probably be the Soviet Union. I don't know if I'd want to live there. I'll live with the Midwestern religious kooks any day of the week than communist Russia in 1988. And that's towards the end. You know, so that's
for the most part.
There's your answer. Sorry, Dave.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Hail Satan and
Hail Satan.
Croatia.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Hail Satan.
Bye-bye.
I think I'm going to start worshiping the Norse gods. I think that's the way to go.
Why not?
Yeah, fucking Thor.
I'm wearing the Viking helmet, so I said fuck it.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's a good example too. Religions come and go. How come I can't get with a dildo bag and put it, or is he just on my screen?
He's not actually.
He left. Yeah, he left.
He left.
I don't know why you're still seeing him.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. He left.
Okay.
And that's the funny thing. There's been so many different forms of religion with multiple gods. There still are. We still have Eastern religion with many different gods, not the one Almighty we have.
Yeah.
You know, it's. So what do you want to believe? Pick your fucking poison.
Well, religions go out of style. I could see it. Like if somebody told me, will the Catholic Church be defunct or just so tiny it's not relevant? Yeah, that could happen. Probably not in my lifetime, but yeah, sure. Sure. I mean, look at those. Look at the Norse religions. Look at the Greek god. They're all gone. They're gone. They're fantasy books now. That's the only reason they're relevant. They're inspiration for somebody that's gonna write a D&D fucking module. That's all they are.
God bless him too.
They're video game content. To get his brand. It's video game inspiration. That's all it is now. Yeah. So yeah, like they could come and go, sure. But that need for ritual will always be fulfilled.
Right.
I don't care how much of an atheist you are.
In a day.
In fact, the more of an atheist you are, the more you're fulfilling it. I know my thing. I'm a obsessive collector and shit. And when I get into something, I get into I'm frantic. If I get in really poker, I throw myself into it. I don't get it. Yeah, just one fucking thing after another.
So far into it,
or the arcade thing. The arcade thing. That's the ritual. The arcade. Yeah. That's one. It was poker for a while. It was hockey. Yeah, that's me. The only difference between now is when I was a kid, it was like 6 months. Now they last a little bit longer.
You can throw wrestling in there.
You know what my dad's doing now? The Tour de France. That's what he's into. Yeah, I know.
He watching it or trying to cycle?
Well, he's trying to learn it. Yeah, he got into cycling, and he's been doing it for years. He's lost a bunch of weight, right? He's skinnier than me. And it was a natural progression to the Tour de France, which he would have goofed on fucking 10 years ago. Look at these people with their bikes. Now he knows everything about what they're doing, the speed, the this, the that. He knows everything about the Armstrong case now.
God.
That's weird. Yeah.
That's a weird late life hobby to have, but you know what?
He picked up.
Go for it.
Look, baseball his whole life. 1990 rolls around or 1989. I like tennis, and he threw himself into it. So I guess he's a little like me that way. And he threw himself in tennis at the right time when it was actually cool. Michael Chang, Andre Agassi, Pete Sampras, the end of McEnroe, Connor's comeback. That was awesome. 90s were great for sports, wasn't it? The 90s were like the best. We got so lucky that whole decade. The Bulls winning championship, the Raiders won one. I mean, it was just nuts.
It was insane. We had the home run chase. I mean, it turned out to be horse shit. But still,
it turned out to be horse shit. But it was fun while it lasted. 98, yeah.
It was. Oh my god, it was amazing while it
turned out to
lasted.
be a bunch of horse shit. Yeah.
And then Sammy can't speak English anymore, and Mark McGuire's got tits. It's all fucked up. It's all fucked up, man.
Yeah, Jesus loves you guys. I hope so.
Jesus loves us all. I hope so.
Horatio Castiglione. I knew a Castiglione in the army. She was one of my. For a while, she's one of my closest friends.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person.
Atheist rituals are believing that they won an online debate while the bull. Well, I got to read this. Atheist rituals are believing that they won an online debate while the bull is in the back of the Haven with having some fun with their wife. Yeah, I'm not dumb. Look, I think I've dumped on people pretty equally. I'm still an atheist. I don't think there's an afterlife or anything, but I don't have this ridiculous belief that if people think like me, the world will be a better place. For all I know, it'll be 10 times fucking worse. You know, I do what works for me, and I got a feeling most people have to do it, and it's all different. As different as everybody's fingerprint. That's the way I see it.
I'll go with the devil I know, and religion is a devil I know, funnily enough. You know what I mean? I'd rather see the world with enough people who are preoccupied with that bullshit than suddenly let them free up their fucking time. We do enough damage.
I think the key is don't hate anybody because of their religion or their skin color and stuff like that. Don't right?
Hate them for their opinions like a normal person.
No, just like we do. Don't get wrapped up in hate. Period. You know, and that's rich coming from me.
That's coming from Tommy fucking sick.
But here's the thing that's how I release it. I never do shit. I never hit anybody. I never fucking. And then also when I blow up, I recognize it. I don't pretend it's normal and double down. I say,
that's a lot of money.
I fucking spurged out, guys. Why does Jesus look like so metrosexual? He's kind of a badass. I don't know. That beard is killer. He looks like a metrosexual now. He used to look like a big dumb hippie. Now he's a metrosexual because he has a fucking beard and the beards are in. So there you go. No, I hate everyone equally. No,
Kurt Russell should play Jesus.
No, I don't hate it. I don't want to be one of those people like, oh my God, like atheists do this too, as it irritates me. Oh, the human race, it's so fucked up now. No, it's always been fucked up, and it's just the way people are. It's like hating tigers for killing prey. You know, that's like human beings are doing crazy fucking shit. No, that's the whole story. From beginning to end. That's literally hating a puma for pouncing on a fucking raccoon and eating it. You know, no, that's people. You accept people for what they are. By the way, my life got a lot better when I woke up and said, well, girls only go for the jocks and they only go for the rich guy. When I said, you know what, girls put their fucking pants on the same way I do. They say the same hopes and fears that I do. And yeah, there's differences between the sexes that are biological, but they're human beings and they do human being shit.
It's almost like what you're saying is if you take the magic out of situations and take the situation for what it actually is, you can function with it.
Yes. And it could be, and here's the best part. Most people I think are afraid to do that, especially with relationships.
Just don't know how.
Because it takes the magic away.
Sure.
I have found beauty in the magic being taken away.
That disillusionment, sure.
Yeah. Like, why? Like, if you think every fucking girl you're supposed to meet is supposed to be the Virgin Mary, right? And that makes everything more sexy and more fucking. Yeah. You take that away, and it's like, all right, they're human. They're just like me. The magic's gone. No, that's what I've learned to find out. You know why? Because I think the truth is way more fascinating than my fucking reactionary feelings.
Typically is.
And then you can see the beauty in everything.
Truth is always stranger than fiction. We find that out almost fucking daily.
It's better. It's Absolutely.
Because it's real, Tom.
It's a little sour.
It's real.
But it doesn't taste. It's not like Coke. You know, it's like a shot of Jack Daniels. It's good.
Reality.
It's good. It's good. It's a little harsh, but it doesn't taste like candy. You know.
No.
Ill-stated.
Keem got a copyright strike.
Yeah,
that's what Nick was saying earlier. Yeah,
J2.
Yeah, Nixon waiting to call. You might want to bring him up. Tell the story.
I sent you the video.
Nicholas.
Keem.
You're on the air.
Before we get to the Keemstar thing, I have the perfect response to the Cuties argument that everyone's making about like the artistic expression. I put it in your Twitter DMs. Pull that up and show everybody that. I want to see Dave's reaction to it.
You just told us.
It's a good meme. It's a video.
Oh, okay.
It is pretty funny. We watched this 2 times in a row. Oh, I miscovered things 2 days in a row. Why can't I? There we go.
Son of a bitch.
Wait.
What?
Who called? What's up, Nick?
I saw Bo Blacks come out of event.
Okay. I don't.
That's a pretty compelling argument.
Tommy, I think you're playing the wrong clip.
Wait, hold up. What were you saying?
You just said you saw Bobex come out of vet.
No, Twitter DMs.
What the fuck? I did. I took this. I clicked on this Twitter DM.
The thing I sent you most recently in Twitter DMs.
Oh, the Babylon Bee? Okay, hold on a second. All right. Netflix movie actually murders puppies to teach murder. Yeah. That's about right. That's a Babylon. They're a Christian satirical site, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. That pretty much sums it up.
That sums it up, yeah.
Tommy'd be okay with that, though, because that dog's an abomination.
It is. No dog's supposed to look like that. It has the appearance of a canine, but it really isn't. It's fucking Frankenstein. Those things, that dog, it's Frankenstein. Frankenstein's an abomination. And that dog is an abomination. Dogs are supposed to somewhat resemble their cousins, wolves. You know? They're not supposed to.
Let's talk about Keem.
They're not supposed to look like a fucking. That looks like a ferret. That's not even a dog. Ferrets are rodents? It looks like a fucking ferret.
Look at the corgi too.
That doesn't look like a dog. Can that fucking thing hurt sheep? No.
Do you want it to?
No.
I don't want that thing to.
Well, good. That's why it's an abomination. It never should have been bred down that fucking small.
But how else will they fit in our pockets and purses? Come on.
It's an abomination.
Picture,
Absolute abomination. Well,
if our phones can get smaller, so can our fucking dogs. That's all I'm saying.
Well, dogs got smaller way before me or you. It just never should have happened. Here's the thing. If there is a God, now we talked about atheism, right? Let's pretend there is a God. You people that own these dogs, or God forbid, the people that created these monstrosities, you are burning in hell, in boiling fucking oil. God doesn't want this. He wants this, and there will be retribution for somebody who went against his will and created this monstrosity. Look at it. That's not a dog. That's not a fucking dog. That's a monstrosity.
Tommy, a wolf that's like more in tune with the environment. It rips your fucking head off. I'm gonna laugh.
Well, it's God's will.
I love that from the whole meme, this is what we took away from it. This is my favorite. I love this fucking show.
So Tommy, pandas.
Pandas need to go because the pandas need to be extinct. That's a different story.
They're fun to watch, though, man.
So I don't know what's going on with this Keemstar thing. I'm looking at this right now. I don't know if he's in the right. I think you can make the argument. This is one of the gray areas, but he got a copyright strike from somebody because he took an image off Google Images, and it turned out it was the thumbnail of somebody's video.
Ooh. Well, a lot of us might be in trouble for one.
Yeah, but I think by virtue,
is it opportunity and went and literally striked him and dropped a video immediately, like why I struck Keemstar.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Good YouTube.
That's
moves.
That's opportunistic a little bit. That's smart YouTubing, yeah.
Well, here's the deal. This guy got like a bunch of false copyright strikes last year, and Keem defended him, and everybody came and defended him about it and helped get his channel saved.
Yeah.
Who
is this guy that made the strike? That's probably a good question I should ask.
JT. His name's JT.
Who's JT?
I'll give you his video. I'll give you Keem's Twitter video where he said that he's going to sue the ever-loving balls off of this man.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll
JT have money?
Check his DM.
I don't know. He said that Keem said he'll repossess his Twitter account if he doesn't.
Romeo Lacoste sounds like he's getting a bowling partner.
You think Keem is paying these people to do stupid things to rebuild?
But here's the deal: if you can make
me.
the argument that Keem isn't transformative, I don't think you could probably make the argument that him taking a picture of Leafy and then just slapping it on a fire isn't necessarily transformative either.
Well, no, I mean, I think the Sargon case set the precedent in that. All you had to do was change the title.
Yeah, but it's also conflicting with the other case, so I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Is he saying it's his? Was it transformed at all?
Conflicting with equals 3. There's 2 different lawsuits that could say different things.
The equals 3 lost, but the precedent would be the most recent case, though.
Yeah, but they're going to make the argument in court that they had a different ruling previously. And I don't know if it would be an opening up.
I don't know. I'm going to sue it.
Yeah,
the last judge would have been. The H3 and the Sargon case would be more relevant. They would say, if you were a lawyer, you would cite those. If you were trying to make a fake case for but I never knew exactly. All I know is he used the video. Never knew what Ray William Johnson did. I wasn't exactly sure on how it was used. I'm quite sure I know how H3 did it. I'm very sure I know how Sargon did it. I was never really privy to that information.
If it's fair use or not. You could even make the argument that it's on the screen and Keem's talking about it and it's not the center focus or anything.
Well, it's simply changing the title. Talking about a fucking thumbnail, it's got to be fair use.
I don't know. I would have to ask.
And by the way, guess what state Sargon got sued in? New York! So that's definitely going to happen. That's going to play a role in there.
That might be the game set match.
Yeah.
Well, what Keemstar said he's going to do, I don't know if you're going to play the video. He said that he was going to wait the 30 days, get his video back, and then sue the shit out of him. Anyway.
Good for him. And I probably keep hate. He's cheap. He's not going to spend money. I don't believe that. I'll believe it when I see it.
Everybody's just doing whatever they can.
I don't think Keem likes to litigate. I think he's much more comfortable defending himself. No, I don't think it's.
The first thing I thought is, wow, this guy's got a brass set up.
The Leafy interview removed. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, he looks pissed. For real pissed.
He does look pissed.
The interview that I did with Leafy is Here just got removed off of YouTube. And what it was a copyright strike takedown. And I was shocked. I was looking at it, and it said something about, like, my image was used by this YouTuber JT. I'm like, what the hell? What is this guy talking about? So I did a counterclaim, right? And basically what the counterclaim is like, if he doesn't legally take me to court in 30 days, my video comes back. All right. So I don't know if he's going to do that or not. It would be a stupid mistake if he doesn't, because this is what happened, right? When I was interviewing Leafy, I needed like an image up of Leafy in the background. So I Googled like Leafy terminated, and this image came up. It was a picture of Leafy. It said terminated, and there was a fireball in the background. Apparently, it was the thumbnail of this guy's videos, which he somehow thinks that he legally owns.
Ooh, that is interesting. Does he own the fireball?
Can you own that?
Does he own? But did he make the fireball? Did he make the background?
Most people just blur it.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person.
I don't know. Hail Satan. Hail Satan. Salmon elephant. Oh, that's amazing.
I shamed for you.
I don't know. I don't know.
This brings me like a fucking I just
because it's a piece of art. It's not a picture of somebody or
for a thumbnail before.
What have you. The guy's doing it to get attention. He's probably not going to sue him. You know.
He thinks that he owns the fireball in the background. No, he never took that picture. He doesn't own it. He thinks he owns the font. You don't legally own the font, and you definitely don't own the image of.
I think you can. I think some of the fonts have been copyrightable, but if he didn't take a picture, how does he own the fucking fireball? That's a good question.
Leafy, an image that was taken away from Leafy's YouTube video, which I just got off the phone with Leafy. He's given me express permission to use a screenshot of one of his videos.
So wait a minute. This guy took a picture of Leafy, altered it, and Keemstar used it, and he's claiming ownership of it?
What it seems.
Here's the deal, though. Is his alter copyrighted? Like, is it a...
I don't know. I don't. Can you copy it? You might be able to use it fairly, but I don't think you can sell it in a shirt. So how could he own it?
It gets even deeper than that when you think about it, because can you actually go to court and say, I altered a picture of another person and their IP?
Look, fair use doesn't mean you own what's in the video. Right, what it means is you're using it fairly.
I mean, this is like me striking Jackmate because he jacked my thumbnail.
Right. Or a portion of something that he put in the thumbnail.
Yeah, that's literally it. I can give you a perfect example.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense at all. So he can use it, but I don't know if he can sell Leafy's fucking face. It's just like when Susie Lou was pissing, you used my image. Yeah, I used your image. I didn't put it on a T-shirt and fucking print it.
Well, think about this. If they go to court and this guy says, like, no, he can't use his image, and Leafy walks into the court and say, no, I've given
my
it. That's
image.
my face. That's my face.
Leafy'd do it for the lulz. Leafy'd do it for the lulz. This is be interesting.
Of course he would. Probably pull out his dick in the court, too.
See, if I was in better mood, I would do a news video on this right afterwards. But what I'm probably going to do is go drinking.
Permission.
Or play Apex.
And play Apex. I'm very depressed, Dave.
He says you don't have permission, right? So this is what's going to happen. If you take me to court.
Happy Valentine's Day, Keem. Jesus Christ. Clean up that fucking place, will you? Look at that.
He looks thin. He looks really thin.
No, it says Happy Valentine's Day. It's not fucking February. It's fucking September. Almost like
you're going to spend a lot of money and lose, okay? I don't think you're taking me to court. So my video is going to come back in 30 days, and then me and my legal team are going to sue the fuck out of you for lost damages in 30 days that you've taken my video fucking down in the lost revenue. Fuck you, piece of shit. And you're hypocritical because you were getting...
I tell you something. I wouldn't want to get this message, and I'm not fucking afraid of him. I'm not afraid. I've had it in. He's been... I wouldn't want to get that message. Especially, here's another thing here. I know him. He's fucking winning in court lately. So, and I know when he starts going on a winning streak, he gets fucking insane.
Yeah.
And he might be right. Here's another thing. He might be right. I think he...
It looks like he is.
Yeah. And he's not doing any kind of or the other shit. Look at the air. He's waving his arms around like the guinea is.
False flagged all over the place about a year ago, and who was there defending you? That's right, me.
Oh my God, the boss!
I was defending you when you were getting false copyright strikes, and now you're doing it to me because you think you own the thumbnail that you used. You have no legal fucking
we're gonna find out. Here's
to any of these
$5.
images. I can't wait. Go fuck yourself, JT.
I think he's dead serious.
Oh, there's no question. He's dead.
I'm really good at calling whether somebody's going to sue or not.
JT's video? It's only 5 minutes.
Yeah. What's today? Right. Yeah, sure. Put it on. 9/14. I'm going to write him in 30 days. I'm going to remind him to sue the fucking guy for my own entertainment. Go ahead, send him to me.
Check your DMs, Tommy. I already sent it to you on Twitter.
Check my DMs. So you sent it to me? The reason I struck Keemstar. What a fucking
At the time of you watching this video right now, I've decided...
He's in England. He ain't suing him. He ain't suing him.
Hey, boy.
He ain't suing him.
...to send a copyright strike over to Keemstar's channel. Now, this is because of one of his recent videos and the image...
I can't stand that. I'm putting on HD.
...image that he keeps on screen for the entire video. Now, whether you're here to hate or whether you're here to support, depending on what has happened to bring you to this video, please do take the time to hear me out because I do have valid points of why I did this. I didn't just do this because I hate Keemstar.
Did you talk to a lawyer?
Get to the point.
Did you talk to a lawyer? I bet you didn't.
Or just because I'm a dick. I do actually have valid reasons, and believe it or not, I don't hate Keemstar.
He's saying he owned
Why is that relevant?
He's saying he owned this?
Get to the
that explode. That's a mushroom cloud. That probably is fair use. It's probably open.
It's got to be.
And Leafy's picture. I mean, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Well, let's hear him out. Let's see what he says.
I have no problem with Keemstar. It's just this. Where do we draw the line if he's going to be allowed to do this? Now, this image that you can see on screen on Keemstar's video is my thumbnail for one of my recent videos. Okay. I made the thumbnail. It is literally mine. I own it. Now, I know some of you are going to say...
No, you used the thumbnail. Dude, Nick, you're nuts. He doesn't own this.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, he does not own this.
I don't know. You might. You literally might.
Well, okay. Well, let's break it down.
He owns Leafy's image?
You know what? There is a way he could. If he took the picture of the background and he took the picture of Leafy, I bet he could.
Oh, maybe
but
you're
he'd have to have taken that picture.
But I bet he couldn't sell it without Leafy's permission.
No, but it could literally be fair use. It literally could be he took all these things together and changed the
lawyer. Well, Albricating
not what it was.
But he might not retain ownership over that as a new
First
IP.
Came in. What do you got first?
That's one transformative, dude. I think if it goes to court, he actually could claim that he owns that because he made it.
Yeah, but just because it's transformative means it's fair use. Transformative doesn't mean ownership.
This is what I'm saying. This needs to go to court.
Transformative doesn't mean ownership. It just means you can use it.
Argument. Yeah.
It doesn't mean you own it. You own the video, but you don't own what's in the video. That's the way it's always been explained to me.
Copyrights and trademarks and shit like that to actually own. You can't just say I made it. It's mine.
Well, no, you have when you have that choice to have you have a choice in the video. They kind of streamlined it. Yeah, you own the video. It's like this. Okay, I make a video, expose video on Keemstar. Okay, all right. I use clips in fair use. I don't own those clips, but I own the video itself. I don't own those clips. So he doesn't own that any more than I own the clips in Keemstar.
With artwork, though.
What's
Even
that?
If you don't consider it
But he probably took that from Google's images.
Yeah, but Google Images can be flagged for reuse, for not reuse. If you go to Google Images, you don't own everything that's on Google Images. There's copyright law there too.
In fact, there's a really advanced search feature that I recommend most people use that'll kind of help you with that. You can break all the pictures down by license.
Do you think that this kid has a legal team and they're trying to challenge us in court?
No, it's not going to be challenged in court. He just wanted the clout. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, but I'm asking. All right,
you picked the wrong fucking guy to try that again.
The problem is he might not be in the wrong though. You can claim it's not art or it's whatever. It's.
But we're talking. But see, in the wrong, we're talking two different countries. Fair use is not the same thing in England is over here is in the States. Not that I'm in the States, but you know what I mean. I'm just used to being in the States. So what's fair use here might not be fair use there. And even if it won't set precedent, YouTube goes by American law. Okay, if a precedent sets in England, they don't have to. Doesn't make a fucking lick of difference. It only sets the precedent in England, and they're not a part of the EU anymore.
This one might get messy.
Yeah, it will because
It won't get messy because it's not going to progress. He's not going to sue Keemstar. Keemstar's not going to sue him.
What if he does? Let's talk. Hold on. Everybody's talking about this. What Burst? What if he does? What's your opinion, Burst? Let's say it does go to the next level and gets messy.
One of the main things that comes to mind when I think of it is, do you remember the Kava situation where he commissioned, quote unquote, commissioned a skull and all that guy did was take clip art and put it together?
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Technically, since it's all free source and he made it for him, that is Kavos' logo that he commissioned. He could.
I think that's, but Leafy's picture is a part of this. That's what makes that different. I think Leafy's pictures would change it.
If they're all free use assets, like Leafy literally said he doesn't care if people use his picture, then it's another free asset to use.
Nah, you have to. If I'm not mistaken,
here's the deal: if he doesn't own that wallpaper in the background,
what if Bomax tells you to shut up?
Yeah. If that's the case, I mean, yeah, it could always be a fucking goose chase where the person with the mushroom cloud who took that photography could strike him, but it goes the same way with him to Keem.
Yeah, I do think so.
Yeah.
See, I'm the interesting thing to me is going to be what if Leafy himself is able to get involved and brought into court since he's a living, breathing entity and that is his face. Even if it's been altered, you got to figure he's going to have some sort of say in this at the end of it. If we're going to have an,
could you say you're using his likeness?
Yeah, I would say
maybe. But then to claim ownership and strike somebody else's channel down, I think that's where it makes it different. Because then you're really trying to claim ownership and monetization of that.
You got to remember too, Englanders are not subject to the laws of the DMCA. That is an American law.
Yeah.
But YouTube goes by DMCA. So, like, if an Englishman lies on a fucking deposition, well, he's only breaking the law in the States. He's not breaking the law back here.
Yeah, but if the platform they're suing on is YouTube, then how does that work?
No, they don't sue on a platform. You sue in this location, the state. You sue in the United Kingdom. You sue in New York. You sue in the federal court in the United States. None of that. Right. YouTube doesn't even fucking. They just base their decisions on what their American lawyers tell them about American law.
Right. They can make their decisions based off of the laws, and then those countries.
We're going to call it this way because American law. Our lawyers told us like the way the copy strike system works, the copyright strike. We're doing this.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. But here's the thing: if Keem were to go through with it, then I think that would poke a big hole in that because it's like, what's the fucking what's even the point then if you can just literally go over them and change it?
Yeah, so for Keem to sue him, Keem would have to sue him in the UK. He won't be able to sue him here, so he'd have to go sue him by UK laws.
A couple $100
so
grand.
He might lose. He might lose handedly if it's by UK laws, then just based off this conversation.
Exactly, but then, do you think Keem would end up going back to YouTube for that reason? Do you think that could end up happening?
Then he'd have to sue YouTube under American law. I mean, this.
Well, no, he's gonna have to sue. He's gonna Keem can sue for lost weight. All right, they're gonna calculate the money. Right, that he lost with that video because it's going to collect some hits, even though it's been a couple weeks old. and they're going to calculate that money, and they could sue him for that money and throw. God, lawyers are real creative, but they have to do it in the UK, and that would be like for lost earnings. You are responsible for these lost earnings, which, by the way, are not going to be significant. You know, might be a pain in the ass to him depending on what he's worth. So that's all Keane can sue for. Keane can't sue that you violated the Copyright Act in the United States. Well, the United Kingdom doesn't fucking honor it. That's it. Now he has an option to sue, but he will have to sue in the state of New York, and that cost the international lawsuits cost hundreds, thousands of dollars just to get in the fucking door.
And right now, it'll take about 3 fucking years. Just how backed up everything is at the moment. Can't get a goddamn license here.
This guy's been waiting really patient. Then we're gonna end the show. Twisted Biscuits, you're on here.
Hey, what's your thoughts on Trump and Biden going on Rogan?
Going to Oregon?
Going on Rogan.
Oh, going on Rogan? I think it's a really bad idea for both candidates.
How?
How? Wow. Because it's gonna be a circus act, and you don't want to look crazy right before the election.
Bro,
all right,
bro, you're asking about
money,
Trump and Biden having long-form conversations. Those are both not great.
No, Trump is going to look. Trump's going to go there and say, "Play gotcha."
People see, hey, there's a third party to vote for.
That's not going to happen. Everybody says that. No, they wouldn't.
The third party's going to really kill it this time.
Yeah, I know.
They've had a lot of trouble.
The Libertarian Party, the Green Party, the Reform Party, the Whigs, the Know Nothing Party, my personal favorite, all gone.
We could say that literally every year. Like when I was in high school, when Trump first announced that he was running, we're like, there's no fucking way that idiot's going to win. And then we got towards the end, it's like, Hillary or Trump, nobody's going to pick either one of them. Are you fucking kidding me? Everyone's going to go third party, and then all of a sudden Trump wins. It's like, maybe next year we'll go third party.
The way the system's set up by the founders, it's almost has to be a two-party country. That was their vision, and that's what they got. And one of the parties could die. I could believe that. I mean, we've had one of the
replaced. Sure.
Yeah, it could be replaced. You know, there could be a defection.
I've seen variants of that.
Yeah, well, we have the Republicans. I think the Republicans are the newer of the two parties, if I'm not mistaken. So there was another party that was more dominant than Republicans that were against the Democrats at one point. I think. I don't want to go for it. So no, there's no such thing as third party. It's not going to happen. Not this time. No. Here's what would happen to get a different party. There would have to be a split within the Democrat or Republican Party, and from the ashes of that would form another second party, and that party would be eliminated. And that's what's happened in the past.
I think that's what was the envision of the Tea Party.
Now let me get it straight. Trump said, "I want Rogan. I want to be on Rogan."
Yeah, Trump did agree to that.
That's a dumb idea.
Oh, he jumped on it immediately. He was very.
I would actually like to see that though. But
entertainment-wise, yeah, but I want Trump to be real.
We have a very important guest and waiting to call.
I've got to add something, Tommy. I sent you the actual nuclear bomb photo in your Twitter DMs. The link to buy it.
No, don't do it. We're gonna get claimed if you show it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Tommy, you're taking your life in your own hand here, buddy.
It's a stock photo.
Yeah, stock photo. Stock photo.
Wait, if he bought the rights to the stock photo, he can use it. Can you not?
Yeah.
Oh, well then fuck, then it's pointless.
Yeah.
If he had fair use for everything he's using, then Keem is definitely in the wrong, man.
Yeah, then Keem is in the wrong.
If he bought the license,
if he bought the license, if he bought the license, you guys are nuts. That means the people that sold him the fucking bomb are fucking owners of that, not him. Why else you would have to buy a license then? You guys don't seem to understand. Just because something has been transformed as fair use, don't mean you own it.
Tommy, play this video.
It comes with subscriptions.
Right. Who are you?
He's literally adding on to what we're talking about.
Hold on a second.
You didn't know Twisted Biscuit? He's been on the news team for 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Big guy. Jesus Christ.
I was saying it comes up with
subscriptions. Teachable moment. Is that we're watching Keem again?
Yeah.
All right, now he's adding to it. See, shut up.
Now he's talking about what we're talking about.
Oh, shocking.
Okay, get this. Okay, now JT is trying to claim, yeah, I might not own the image of Leafy, right? And I might not own the Fireball, and I might not own the font, but because I put them together, that's my artwork now. Because I've created the artwork, the collage of them together.
That logic is false.
Let's use that same logic then. I took the thumbnail that you created, right? And I put it in my Drum Alert video. My Drum Alert video isn't just a video with absolutely no sound in your thumb.
Yeah, I wonder if he had a case if he actually used it as a thumbnail.
I think he's got him right there.
Yeah.
Now is the only thing.
Yeah.
What are you talking?
Well, first of all, Nick's right. This ain't going anywhere. The kid's gonna fucking.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna make the argument for the collage, you got to make the argument the other way with the video.
You know what we should be doing? We should stop playing fucking lawyer and get a Calder Ricada or or Leor. That's what we really should do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of us. Me too. I'm not like picking on any one person. Do you have anything else, Twisted Biscuits? Do you have anything else, Twisted Biscuits?
Hail Satan.
Yeah, Hail Satan. Bye.
Yeah, Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Wait, I really want to hear what Tommy NC thinks about the legal ramifications of this.
Tommy, what do you think of the legal ramifications of the JT Keemstar fair use lawsuit that's pending?
I think it's ridiculous.
Me
I think
too.
that if you have you can go on Google Images and simply search up any atomic bomb image, that's a legal image of anybody can view.
All right. We're just fucking up. What's going on, Tommy? How you doing?
Felt like old times.
Tommy. He's probably watching the stream.
I'm pissed off.
Tommy!
Tommy!
He's like, oh my God, I can't believe you
hear
blew.
me?
Yeah.
You lagged a little bit. What was your opinion on the?
No, let's stop. I want to. Go ahead.
I said that it's if any image off of Google Images is just a Google image of an atomic bomb, he doesn't legally own that.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And for instance, I have a situation myself with a YouTuber that is a kind of a fan/troll, and he says it's his content because he slaps music on it, but it's my content. But he argues with me all the time, saying that it's his content.
Have you set him a strike?
Huh?
Have you set him a strike?
No, I have never sent him a strike.
Who's doing this? Who's doing this? What's the guy's name?
His name is Timmy MC. You ever heard of him?
Oh yeah. Dude,
Timmy,
you've been talking to him for how long? He's crazy, dude.
Timmy MC.
He like a while back ago, back in 2016, Hamza uploaded a video to my channel of one of his videos. And apparently, he put a strike on my channel because it was his content. I'm like, no,
he's been doing it. He put. Oh God, this is so mean. Making a murderer. Remember that fucking band? Making a Murderer, Tommy NC 2010. remember that thing was on Netflix? The Tommy father. This guy's an obsessive cunt.
Honestly,
the Tommy bunch.
Strangle Bunny.
I don't want to play these. They probably have fucking music.
Yeah. God, yeah, you don't want to fuck with this guy.
Yeah, that's too funny. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Tommy?
A lot of interesting people, buddy.
You're a public figure, you know. He has 400 subs. He's only acquired 400 subs in the last fucking 4 years.
Well, that's more than me, though. To be fair,
4 years. 4 years. We did better than that in 4 years. For fuck's sake.
A nice pat on the back, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Return of the King. Tommy's The Return of J-Rock. The movie review 3 years ago. What the fuck?
He's
this guy hasn't made a video on you in a year.
He hasn't made a video in a while, but me and him have gotten to an argument.
What video do you think is not fair use?
I mean, I think all of it is it's my content, but he claims that it's his content.
No, but what do you think that's not? Well, he has a right to fair use, Tommy. What do you think is not fair use?
Well, him claiming saying that that's his content when in fact
I don't think that's what he's saying here. He's not saying that's his content.
All he did was do jump cuts and put music to it.
Bro, he's just shitting on you. That's fair use. You can't be mad.
Yeah, that's probably fair use. Tommy, that's probably fair use.
Comes on and says that that's his content. It's not his.
Whether he says it or not, too, he has a right to use it.
It totally is. When Comrade takes all of the fucking streams that he does and cuts them up, that's his fucking content.
No, I'm paying him to it. It's mine. All right, everything else, Tommy?
Different, but you get what I mean.
Don't strike him whenever you do.
He did transform your content.
I won't strike him.
Don't
I just was asking you know, what do you
I
guys
think it's
think
probably
about
fair
it?
use.
All I'll say, if you strike them, we're doing a stream on you, so don't do it.
No, I won't strike them. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to strike people. People accuse me of that all the time.
See, you say that now, but I'm having Speedy Bird watch your account for the next month. You better not do it.
Who's Speedy Bird?
Oh, you're about to find
If
out.
you act right, you'll never find
You're
out.
gonna find out. All right. Is there anything else you want to say before you go, Tommy? Because I don't know. I want to
stay positive to everybody.
Why do you tell people to stay positive? Do you really mean that when you say that?
Yes, I mean that. I tell Keemstar to stay positive also. And I love the episode. I just want to let you know, Tommy, I love the episode of Mom's Basement. It was amazing. I enjoyed every moment of it. It was like eating white cake.
He didn't even call it baited. Good on you.
Mildly, it's white cake.
Episode of Baited they did recently after Mom's Basement.
Yeah.
What?
They did a reunion episode. They're coming back.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what the Mom's Basement, the reunion of Baited. I loved it.
No, I know, but they're bringing Baited back.
Have a good night, everybody.
The only time that would actually happen is if Tom would actually sit down with Keem and actually work with him.
What? You're losing it, man. We're getting back together, baby. We're bringing back.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town, the king's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip-hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe, here's a headline.
You better watch your fucking back, Tommy NC.